All right. Next question. What has diabetes taught you?
Somebody's been paying attention, man. Um, what has diabetes taught me? Well, I'm blessed to say that, I just figured out I had this junk like, a couple years ago.
Yeah.
It'll be 2 years in August. So, I didn't like have this as a kid and everything. Like I really, my heart goes out to people. They're like kids that like have to come up with that. You know what I mean? But for me, I think it really just, I was pretty sound. I like to think that I'm a fairly sound-minded individual and have, a good head on my shoulders and everything. But it rattled me in the aspect that it made me like look at everything a little differently. Like I said, I am a spiritual dude, so I see my afterlife and everything, and that's what I'm living for and everything. But it just made me look at life and the fact that this life I have in this time here will ultimately come to an end.
Yeah.
And so it's just like I'm not gonna quit anything that I love or that I want to do. I'm not gonna let anything stop me from doing that. Really one of my favorite words is this persistence.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna stop. I'm driven. Like I guarantee I work harder than anybody you put me up against. And like, you know what I mean? I may not be the best at something, but
you definitely do put in that work.
I'm gonna work harder than the best. So, it's like, what are they gonna tell me? You know what I mean? And
yeah.
I really, man, I think people get me so twisted up sometimes. It's so frustrating. Like, just because of like something you hear in a song or like something, like you have to realize just because like you hear something or somebody has told you something, like you don't really like know. You don't know why somebody does something, why they do, unless you sit down and then ask them. Like, if you want to come ask me why I do something, like I'd be more than happy to tell. You know what I mean? Like I have like dreams and ambitions in this, man, and like it really made me look at life in an aspect like I want to impact as many people as I can, like before I check out, and I don't know when that's gonna be. So I gotta go every day of my life, like it could be the last one. Like when you get into some deeper stuff, man, like when you've almost lost your life, you learn to appreciate it.
Yeah.
And that's not just with a sickness, a lot of people, in people's like early lives, whatever, like me and Trey talk about this all the time, man, and it's like people don't get that, and it's like you gotta, I'm trying to make my stamp, you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
yeah.
that's all that,
understand what you're saying.
you know what I mean? Like
Definitely.
I want to be a tool for like the good, man, and I hope people will ultimately see that. And not get twisted up because I said something you don't like or this doesn't line up with this. Like you got to realize our generation and how things happen and what has to happen to even have the opportunity to do those type of things. So I probably took that a little far, but
it's all good. Like, it gives our viewers
Sean's eye. You know what I mean? You asked. So, or somebody asked.
But
I
it
guess,
definitely gives like an inside perspective.
Hopefully that answers somebody's question. Yeah.
Yeah. But all right, the big question: what's next?
What's next? Well, we're gonna put this tape out. Like I said, I'm not gonna push this super crazy because it is a lot of older material.
Yeah.
But after Miami Dreamin', we've already got like 2 videos shot for the next project's gonna be called Flight Delay.
All right.
And I'll talk about that later and everything. But it's done. It's done. It's definitely more recent music. And you can be looking forward to a lot more sonic progression from us, and obviously I'll be making new music, putting new music out, just on the side. I'll probably add the Flight Delay. I say it's done, but it'll probably be totally different by the time it comes out. But you know how I switch stuff up.
You're always a perfectionist.
But but look for that. Look for videos. Look for singles. Look for release party. Look for radio hits. Look for me in your city. Like, just, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm not stopping. So you know, I got these people with me, like, and, you know,
Yeah.
and that's, we ain't gonna slow down, man.
Man, I
So
got you. I feel you. Feel you. Well,
is
guys,
this all the shoe? Is this
this
all
is-
the playoffs have got to offer?
this seems like this is what all the playoffs have got to offer.
Word, man.
So everyone, there you got it. Like, you heard it straight from Dylan Moore. Like, we answered all these questions. Thank you guys again for sending us these questions. Continue sending us these questions.
Man, yeah, we gotta get some
we're gonna
more
definitely do a
questions
lot
from
more of
people.
these. You heard him exactly what he was saying, like everything word for word. Dylan, thanks again.
Hey,
man.
thank you, man. I appreciate the kid
Hey,
taking me in,
no
man.
problem,
Y'all
man.
be looking at Shan, man, and his blogs and everything. This is a cool
Yeah.
cat, man. So be.
Alright, man.
I like to see
sounds
what you
good.
got going
Oh,
on, dude.
definitely, man. Definitely. But definitely got a lot of things coming up. Alright. Thanks, guys.
Signing out.